Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's KV Core training on Web and IDX. We will continue to schedule upcoming training sessions on the individual areas within the KV Core platform. Today's training will be hosted by Aubin Dubois with Inside Real Estate. If you have any questions for Aubin, please type those questions into the questions box on your GoToWebinar panel, and we will answer those at the end of the presentation. With that being said, I would now like to pass it over. Good morning, Aubin.
Good morning, Tori, and good morning, everybody, with Allison James. It is exciting to be with you guys yet again. Hopefully you guys are enjoying KV Core and really kind of getting around, getting your toes wet, and figuring out the process. Like Tori has mentioned, today we are going to talk about Web and IDX. So this is surrounding your websites, how to customize those, and how to make it a little more personalized for you. So jumping down, I just want to talk about how we get to Web and IDX and how to update our website settings. There are a few different ways to get there, and the first and kind of the easiest, I think, is on this home screen over on the left-hand side. We've got Web and IDX over on this left-hand side toolbar. We also can go to our profile, click on our name, and click on websites, and then we can click on our website from there. We can search our name, and that will pop up with an edit button setting. You should have the ability just to find your name. I'm currently logged in as a demo account, just as a company admin. But I'm going to demo this, and my website is John Robinson. Here I am. And then you can see we can just click over here and click edit. And that is also a possibility of how to find your website settings. Before we get too far deep into this, I know this question has been extremely popular. It can be confusing, but I want to talk about the difference between forwarding your domain and having KV Core host your domain. So many of you have a website that you've had previously that you've kind of done some work on that you would prefer to have or have the domain name rather than the KV Core domain name, which is totally fine. But I do want to say, okay, so for forwarding a domain, that is a free option. And the way I like to describe this is, so with Allison James, you've got your first name, and I'll just use my name as an example. So we've got adubois.allisonjamesinc.com, and that will be my username or my URL. But maybe my other one is just adubois.com. And if I want to go in and change my name servers for this and forward to my Allison James domain, that is a free option, meaning when someone types in adubois.com, it will forward to my Allison James URL, and it will populate right up here at the top of the screen. If you want to not show the Allison James Inc., and maybe you just want it to say adubois.com, but still point to your Allison James website, that is what will cost, and that cost is $10 per month, as KV Core is hosting that entire site. And again, it will just completely mask the Allison James portion of your domain, and it will just populate with your vanity domain. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense, clear things up. So there is a free option, again, where you can just forward the domain, where someone can type in your vanity domain, and then it will auto-populate and forward to my Allison James Inc. domain. Or if you want to get rid of that, that is what costs the $10. If you do decide to pay that $10 per month, or you need additional help, forwarding your domain, feel free to contact our support team, again, which is in the bottom right-hand corner of any of your pages, which is the Help Center. Click on that, and you can chat with our team, email them, schedule a call with them so they can walk you through it. Or there is an article in our knowledge base on how to change or forward that domain. All right, so getting started with our website settings. Just going to close out of that. Here we've got, so again, I've gone into my John. Again, I'm logged in as John Robinson, and I just clicked on my website settings. Again, you can get here the same way through Web and Idx, and it will populate with your website. And here we can see we've got a lot of different options. So we've got all websites. It'll go back to everything that you've just done. We've got general, template, analytics, agents, and listings. And I'm just going to kind of keep over on this right-hand side and scroll past and kind of hit a few of these main topics that a lot of agents may like to switch up or kind of customize. Again, I do want to preface, if you guys do not want to change any of your website settings, you do not need to. They are auto-populated or kind of trickled down from your office website. So again, they're in line with company standards just to make sure and kind of what the company has set up. But if you would like some more customized options, this is what we're going to cover today. So initially, we've got our background image that we can change. We do have some stock photos for you that are already kind of preset to the right resolution. You can see we've got one set, and that's it. But we have the option to select multiple. And that means when you have multiple photos set, whenever someone refreshes your page, a new background photo will populate. So maybe we like this one, and we also have these two bottom ones set. So my website will just kind of rotate through these photo options. You can also upload your own image as your background photo. Maybe you've taken a photo that you really like or something that's really personalized. We have the resolution right here for you. So just make sure that that image fits here. Again, if you need help resizing those photos, just go ahead and chat our support team and they can help you with that. Moving down, we have this button of hide the resources page, and I'm just going to go to the main Allison James website and show you guys what that means. So I'm on AllisonJamesInc.com, and here is our resources tab up at the top. And say I'm on my agent site and I no longer want that. You can come into your platform and say, do you want to hide it? Yes, I do, or no, I don't, and it will stay there. You also have the option to have your phone number, have a phone number from the leads or contacts that come in be mandated. Hopefully you guys have seen and kind of gone onto your own websites and registered as a lead. But you'll see after the third photo, the system will ask you to register on your page. Initially, it just requires an email and the phone number is optional. But you can mandate the phone number saying, yep, I want you to include your email and phone number. And if you don't do both of those, it'll just pop you back out to the home screen. Moving down, you can also see we've got website title. And a great example of this is I'm going to pop back onto Allison James. And so here we've got our website title just saying Allison James Estates and Homes. This is what you can change on your own website. So this section you can populate with maybe your phone number or the area that you mainly focus on. Whatever you want it to say, you will populate in your website title. Scrolling down, if you guys have maybe HTML knowledge, you can enter in some custom header, body, and footer. We're not going to cover any HTML because that is kind of a computer coding. But you can type that in here and populate on your website. Over here, we've got our chat widget. I believe we have it on, let me go to an example site. So over here on my example site, I've got my chat with us down in the bottom right-hand corner. You can easily link that up to your Facebook page. So you can converse with your leads via Facebook Messenger, as long as you and the lead have both linked your Facebook Messenger right here. So again, maybe my username for Facebook is Realtor John Robinson, and then save that, and it will ask you to log into Facebook and connect that, and you will have that chat option available. Again, up here you have a custom chat widget, again, where if you have a different chat that you'd rather use than Facebook, you can put that, that full code in here to get that custom chat available. Scrolling along, again, I'm not going to hit on every single setting in here, but again, just the most popular. Feel free to kind of come in here, test out your site. You can play around with it and kind of see those changes being made. You can see we're now at the template section, which kind of matches over with our left-hand side. We've got the template option. So we've got two different templates available for you, Hero and Foundation. My personal recommendation is that you stay on the Hero template. It is our more modern or kind of more updated template. But you can also change the color theme. So it looks like on Allison James, we have gray. And then on my sample site, I've got red. So whatever color coding that you do will usually match with your logo or a background photo to kind of pop and make it stand out. If you'd rather have a background video than a background photo, you have the ability to add that YouTube ID right here. Now I'm going to hover over this question mark, and that will kind of explain what a YouTube ID is. It is different from a URL, as we are just looking for the things after the V equals section, and that is the ID that we need to hook up to YouTube. And I have an example here, again with my sample site, and you can see it might show up a little bit splotchy on your end. That's just due to the webinar. But it is a really smooth photo, just pulling through, some videos of houses. So maybe you've got a video, just upload it to YouTube, and you can put that ID into your website settings. All right, maybe you are not interested in having a chat function, and you can completely hide the chat widget, which is what we have done over on the Allison James homepage. But again, you can be separate from them and have your own chat widget. You can change some of the coloring. Maybe you want a black color for your header, use a primary color, so meaning whatever color you pick or you've chosen for your template theme, you can have that behind your logo. Again, scrolling through some of these. If you guys have a Google Analytics ID, you can enter that in this analytics section, and that will pull some of the data or analytics regarding clicks on your website, where they came from, things like that. But just enter in that ID here. Continuing to scroll down. Again, do you want to use your agent info for your tagline? That will populate with your phone number, email address, and your license number. Maybe you're not quite a realtor yet, but you're working on it. You can hide that realtor label just to stay in compliance. And now we're down to the last section of listings. And maybe you are currently only working on specific listings and you're not working on commercial or land. Yours may look a bit different from mine, just depending on the MLS in which you are currently registered. And so just make sure that, if you want to, you can click which properties you want to display on your personal website. This does mean that they will not show up on your website, but you can still, reach out to these people or look into these listings through our listings section, which pulls everything from the MLS. A popular option is coverage only. So maybe you are within a certain MLS, but you only want to cover the counties in which your website services. So it does not include the entire MLS. So you can flip that on or off. This is, really important. Maybe if your MLS covers, a couple different feeds and you only have a few feeds that you guys are working with, you can switch that on to yes. Scrolling down again, we've got our default sort. You have a lot of options to choose from. You can sort price, beds or baths, price reductions, number of pictures, even popularity. And then you can also choose the type of default display. So once people come to your website, they still have the option to choose their own particular view, but you can set it up default for them. It does default to a grid, which looks just like this, where they look like little squares. We can also default it to a grid, and I'm going to click into one of these. And hopefully it won't ask me to register. Probably will. But again, you can, oh, it is on the back page. Let me go to search. But here we've got our view options. So we've got a grid currently, but we can switch to a list, and you'll see it kind of populates as a rectangle with all of the information rather than the squares. We do have a map feature that you can choose that to default sort as, and it'll populate a map on your left with the listings over our, I'm getting my lefts and rights confused. The map is on the right and the listings will be over on the left. All right, and so I'm going to go ahead and click on my Web and IDX. We'll have a few additional options in here, opposed to just editing your website. And so because I'm kind of logged in as my demo account, it'll populate alphabetically. So we'll just leave it at Aubin. But you can see by clicking on Web and IDX, I do have a few more features rather than just editing my website settings, which we have done, again, through our website options, or you can do it through this Edit Settings blue button here. Over on the left-hand side, you've got your URL, so you can kind of go in there and check it out. We can, view the analytics here. Again, name, phone, email, change your website photo. And then over on the right-hand side, we've got our template. So saying, okay, we're on the hero template, and the theme that I'm using is the Coloring Realty Executives. In the site editor, you can, I'm going to go here and show you what you can do. It does require some HTML knowledge, again, which we are not covering here, but I want to show you that what's possible. So scrolling down, you can see we've got this now editing section for KV Core. This means you can edit the text here. Maybe you want it to say land. Maybe you want it to say townhomes. Maybe you want it to say just family. Whatever you want it to say, you can kind of click on it. You can see we can add a different link. We can edit the link that it's going to, change the styling, or open the link and kind of check it out and make sure everything is working. You can see we can also change the text. So maybe we want this to have a strike through, kind of click away, see what it looks like, unstrike it. Lots of different options here. Within this website editor. You can also change the background photos for these tiles. Again, we're not going to cover that because that is in depth with HTML knowledge. But again, always go to our knowledge base articles and search, and you will find an article on how to change those photos for these tiles here. All right. I'm going to pop out of this website. And over on this side, we've got website content. And so you can click it here and kind of specialize with testimonials, service areas, or custom pages. Or you can also populate or pop up here into these tabs. And I'm going to click on site content from up here. And these will give me all of the options that were just on that last screen. So we've got our testimonials. You can see we can edit, we can delete, we can search for them, see when they were added, or add a testimonial right from here. So again, I'm going to click Add Testimonial. And who wrote it? Well, it was Batman, of course. And Auburn was extremely helpful. And who was it about? Well, it was about me, and I can add that, and that will populate on my page. You probably need to refresh, but we'll just kind of keep going down. But again, we've got some other ones. Maybe we made a misspelling. Fix that, save, and that will populate here. The testimonials on your page, I can scroll down on my sample site here, and the testimonials will populate right here in this section. You see we've got some arrows, and so we can click over, and it looks like he only has one. And let's check out my other sample site and see if we've got testimonials. But again, you can see we've got testimonials. You'll be able to filter through the testimonials on your page, and people can kind of see those there. Over on the left-hand side again, service areas and SEO. This will kind of say, hey, these are the areas that I specialize in. These are the areas that I serve. And this is what populates on the bottom of your website. So going to my sample site, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and you can see areas we cover. This is where we pull from. So we've got different ones here for mine. We can specify the type, if it's an area, a city, a neighborhood, and what text do you want it to say. It can be different. You can see from the name we've done, instead of this, we put homes for sale in Nyack, Austerlitz, or we can do, West Nyack. You can also do, any page text or any keywords that you want to populate. You can remove them. You can save any edits. You can also add by typing in an area. So again, I'm just going to start typing out, and it will auto-populate. So maybe I want to focus on Stony Point area. You can see I've got all these different neighborhoods within my MLS, and I've added it, and it's going to populate here. Maybe I want Stony Point, and I want it to say area, just to kind of specialize. I'll save that, and we've saved it. Moving down to custom pages, this is really great for additional options over on the top corner of your page. So in Allison James, we've got search, sell, resources, and offices. On my custom website, we've got search, sell, finance, your agent, and resources. And it looks like nobody has kind of done any customization here. But it'll populate with additional options over on the upper right-hand side in this white text. And you can create different pages to kind of lead somebody else. Maybe you want one for open houses. Maybe you want one for to take someone straight to your blog. Whatever it may be, you can put those up in here. And then you would manage it from here. So again, we want to do a new page. The title of our page, we want it to be open houses, content, type whatever you want. Again, if you do have that HTML knowledge, we've got an option for source code right here. You can put a URL, so maybe you're linking to an external page. Maybe you want to put it in, in my listings tab or my open houses, or you can put, a coming soon tab. Whatever you want it to say, this is what's going to populate on the site. The slug, that's what's going to appear in the URL. So here we've got Web and Idx and site content. So maybe you'll want it to say open houses. You've got some different options for meta tag descriptions, meta tag keywords, property feeds. Again, all optional. Do you want it to show in your main navigation or just on the resources page? So again, you can say, yes, I want it to be on its own tab, so right next to my resources button, or do you want it to be part of this resources button? And then you'll click save, and that will populate to your website. Again, I'm not going to go too far in depth with it. It is a bit, technologically inclined. But again, we've always got our knowledge base articles, or you can reach out to support and they're happy to help there. I am going to jump over again to my blog. And this provides a blog that's right on KV Core. So maybe you want to add a post, and you, again, write the title, write the content, when you're going to publish it. You can save it as a draft if you're still working on it or getting some content, or you can publish now and that will populate on your website. You can also see, I don't believe Paul has any. And we can go and see if Casey has any blogs. So I just went under Casey's profile, her agent, and it looks like she has got a blog post saying, Spring Peepers, loving the weather change in Nyack. So we've got a picture of a frog here that she's done. And we can do, click here to catch a glimpse of the spring Nyack housing market to link them to get them to viewing properties. Again, you can edit, mass delete, change it. If you've got a bunch, you can search. Whatever you want to do. I would encourage you guys to take advantage of this blog post, just a few minutes to really engage or kind of personalize their real estate experience. Moving into embeds. Here's where we have a few different options. So we have the ability to create a QR code. This is great if you want to put it on the window of your home, put it on your car, on your business card, just to kind of, someone will take a picture, scan the QR code, and that will take them, to your website. And so I want it to go to my website, and there is my QR code where I can put it anywhere we want. We also have, again, some embedding that you can do on other websites. So maybe we want the property search from your KV Core site to be on maybe a different blog that you have outside of KV Core, or a different website that you might have. You can copy this source. Again, it is HTML knowledge that you might need, but you can do that right from here. The same goes for website. Maybe you want a full link to your website on another website. Just enter this code, copy it, and paste it into the code that you would need. And then as well for the seller valuation tool. All right, moving into widgets. This is kind of, it is a new tool for us, so we're not fully clear on it, but it does come from your company or admin access. So if they have built out any widgets that you want to add or that they're requiring on your website, it will just kind of change the formatting of your website. Kind of just said we just need it to work like it. All right, you guys, that is the majority of it for Web and IDX. There is a lot you can do. Again, for HTML knowledge, you probably can learn a quick step on YouTube. We do have some articles that you can read on our knowledge base. I'm going to click here. We've got our help center. Looks like my demo account they're doing some work on. But you can go to support.insiderealestate.com or help.kvcore.com. They will take you to the same place. Scroll down and we've got it organized by sections. So we can go into our Web and Idx settings. And here we've got those widgets that we were just talking about, adding scripts or pixels, how the website settings trickle down, how to customize your website, and again another website how to. If you're not seeing everything you need, we may have a very similar article that would work just as well within Kunversion. So I encourage you guys to click on the magnifying glass and type custom photo. And let's see. agent broker website customizer. And we've got some different explanations here that kind of walk you through the templates and things like that. I did want to show you some examples of customizing. So we've already seen, I'm going to show you this here. So I'm going to go to my sample site right in nyac.com. And this is the company page. So everybody underneath them should inherit these exact settings. And that video that we've watched before from Casey's website is going to display here. You can see they have changed their name a little bit. They haven't fixed any of these tiles, but they have added a little banner down at the bottom. And then I can show you a very basic setting, or really when they did no changes, is Casey. So Casey has just fully inherited her company site, and it looks great for her. She has not done a thing on here. We can see that Paul has just changed his background video to a photo. And then he has removed that banner from his page. And then I have been kind of keeping my eye on this particular website, but this is an Allison James site that one of your Allison James agents has fully customized, and it looks really awesome. And I hope that maybe she's on this call and kind of can take amazing credit for it. But she has fully customized her site. You can see she's added a custom page for communities. She has changed her coloring, her photo. And then you can also see she has added all of this custom tiles to her page. And I'm just going to scroll pretty quick through here, but just so you guys can see what is possible with that HTML knowledge. You know, she's kept a few of the images, maybe she's changed a little bit of them, but you guys really have a lot of functionality within these templated websites. As long as you just, you know, put in the HTML and learn about, you know, how to enter that into your website. All right, you guys, that is about it for me. Tori, are there any questions that have come through?
There is actually. We have a few. Just to start off pretty simple, you have the different background pictures for the preset ones that KV Core has in there. Do you guys have any plans on adding more of those, such as maybe some by the beaches or with palm trees?
That is an excellent question. I would assume yes. I know, you know, KV Core has an office over in California, so that would, you know, work really well. But let me follow up with that, and I will let you know, Tori, on that one.
Okay, yeah, because they do look like very northern.
Yes.
Like Washington, Oregon.
More stock photos, please.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Is there an Instagram button that you can add to the website?
I have seen people add Instagram buttons, and I believe you'll want to work with support to get that added.
Okay. This one, can you just show us one more time how to add the video to the background of the homepage? I know it's just uploading into YouTube.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's just go and click on my edit settings. And then for ease, we are going to click on template. It looks like my internet is slowing down. It's the afternoon. All right, and here we've got our background YouTube ID. And so this is where you're going to click on the YouTube ID. Just gather the information after V equals on the YouTube video link. And again, just hover over this question mark, and it will kind of give you a good explanation of what that actual ID is. Again, if you have questions, our support team is always happy to help, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And just enter in that ID here, press save, and that will change it to a video.
Perfect. Thank you for going over that again. On the blog section, are you able to upload charts or infographics?
Yeah, so the blogs, let me go back there. And I apologize, my internet might just be a lot of people over in my office today. So let's click on add a post. And so you can add a table and kind of create that here. Infographics, not really available to use yet, but you can insert an image right from here. So just kind of, source of where you're going to do it, description, and the dimensions, or you can upload from your computer.
Perfect. Let's see, we have a few more coming in. Does KV Core have anyone to hire to help set up and customize the websites?
We do not. That would be something you would need to reach out to a third-party source.
Okay. Let's see, there's a few more. Will support be able to make changes for agents should they have issues? And then he asked again, is there additional fee that can be paid to customize? That is a no, but support is there for any issues they're having with their websites, like back-end issues.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Okay. How do you change the IDX area MLS listings?
I'm not clear on what that means.
I'm thinking it's the service areas that's going to kind of filter what's showing on their website, correct?
Yep. So it'll pull from your entire MLS, whatever MLS you're connected to. And I'm going to click in here and show you. It'll pull everything, or it'll pull, whatever you want it to. So currently I just have these 5 that I want it to kind of focus on the bottom of my website. If I didn't have anything here, it'll say add all from the MLS, and you can add all, or you can remove all, or add singularly.
Okay, and are you able to make a photo, a URL on the website?
You can't do that through KV Core, but I've recommended using Google Drive on how to do that. And there actually is an article on our support.insiderealestate.com page of how to make a photo a URL.
Okay, perfect. It seems like we have gone through all of our questions. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, Aubin, for answering all of our questions and going over this and spending time with us. We actually do have one more that just came in.
Perfect.
You showed us one place we can use what you called a slug. Can we do that somewhere else in KV Core?
Not to my knowledge. I just know that you can use it when creating a custom page. Mm-hmm. That might be a great question for support.
Okay, yeah, she is concerned that it may look like a virus link when emailing or texted some of the generated URLs.
I see. Okay, yeah, I'd ask support, or even I can follow up and see if we can do that.
Okay, so I did go through and answer as many questions as I could. If we did not get to your questions, or I let you know that I will be following up with you later, I will most definitely be doing so. So don't worry, your questions will get answered by me later on. Some of them were pretty simple, and I can just go ahead and send you some videos or give you a quick call. So once again, thank you so much, Aubin, for spending time with us today and teaching us all about the Web and IDX. We really appreciate you being here with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Perfect. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a wonderful day.